Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Lego Space. So today, you guys can see I've started on the Bugatti. Got all my parts laid out. Already starting to do some modifications. Um, some of these I'll go through one of the books and kind of show you guys what we're up to so far. Once again, working off of instructions downloaded to the computer. First things first, though, I just kind of have this awesome W16 engine kind of set up to where I can rotate it easily for you guys. I love this engine. It's a really cool, unique build. As far as like Technic sets go, this is really was when the set came out. It was pretty cool. First time we had really seen an engine like this in a Lego set. So I figured I'd just kind of show that off. Of course, I've done some color changing to it using all gray parts. The instructions kind of have you using black pieces here and there. I'm trying to keep the engine block itself all gray. Trying to keep it nice one color. And then, of course, timing. I do kind of block the light here a little bit, but you guys can kind of see the timing of my pistons. I wanted that to kind of be a neat thing, try to get it to where it looks even. I don't have two of the same things happening at the same time on one side of the engine block, and it looks really cool from a top view there. Sorry guys, I'm blocking the light, but there you guys can kind of really get a view on, if you take some time and time your pistons right, you can come up with a really neat looking pattern, and it looks really cool as it's going around. So let's see, we'll move on from that and talk about some of the changes that we've made in here. Of course, the gearing is different. We now have a center differential that will help binding between the front and rear axles, even though they do have differentials in them. That's just kind of a little bit more protection on binding, makes things roll a lot smoother. You guys can see here, as I rotate, you guys can see the differential turning. And that's your output that'll go to the front of the car for the front axle. And there you guys can kind of see some of the stuff working. So real quick here, I got both books out, and we'll see if I can find a good picture of the gearbox. Of course, I've done some color changing to make it a little bit more cleaner looking, a little bit more mature looking of a model. I did not do the how they wanted you to build these shock towers and build the suspension components that go out to the hubs. I mirror builded it. Oh, geez. Let me learn how to talk here. I mirror built it when I built these. I basically built one and then made a mirror image, because the way they have you do it in here, I don't care much for, with having these pins that actually hold the shocks facing opposite directions. So when I built this one, of course, you guys can see I use different color shocks, different spring tension on these. These have a higher spring tension, so the car, these will eliminate all the sagging issues with the car with the weight of the body on the chassis. That's one issue that this car has kind of had, and especially in the front. So we're using these nice stiffer blue ones, and the nice thing about the blue ones is it matches a lot of some of the blue components that I ended up keeping in there, just because we had these blue shocks. Let's see here. We'll kind of try to find somewhat of a decent picture. Let's see. Some stuff you can kind of see here is we've eliminated some of these red gears and we've replaced them with blue gears. Sorry guys, my lighting is junk in here. There's actually, you guys, there you go, you can kind of see 4 of them down in there now. Well, where before, in that stage of the build, there was only 1. Let's see. Trying to find. Oh no, I guess this will kind of show off some stuff. So like here we have like this extended piece for this movable clutch, and on this we don't have anything like that. Still have those orange throw pieces for those clutches. And I went a little too far ahead there. Sorry guys, I should really pick my pages out first. Let's see here. Okay, so that's probably as good as I'm going to get as far as showing you guys kind of what the gearbox looks like from the Lego build. You guys can see there we have a gear there. On the mod we don't. Down here and up here were originally red gears. Now we have bigger blue gears on there. Same thing with the one that's underneath there. You guys can't really see it too much, but the way we're holding the tension up against this part here for the actual shifting is now different. They were actually utilizing one of the axles for that, which wasn't a great idea. So now that piece is its own individual piece. No through axles going through that or anything, so that's really nice. Here you guys can kind of see that I don't want to move these around too much, because I kind of messed with them earlier just to kind of see how the shifting would go, and it is going to be really nice, but I just have to kind of keep them in their arrangement for when I'm starting to slide stuff together here, so I won't mess with that too much, but you guys can kind of see the new tensioner on there. Of course, the addition of the center diff back here, that's really gonna smoothen the whole drivetrain up a lot. That's about to the point where I'm at right there, and you guys can see a lot of visual, just an overall visual difference of how this whole back part of the chassis is compared to my version. A lot more black in there. Changing gears. On this one, there's really no gears in between the actual gearbox and the rear differential. Here you guys can see we have a whole new round of gearing in there. So yeah, a lot of changes in the overall gearing. Just kind of show you guys. So big changes in the gearing. I'm really excited to see how that's going to change the overall function of the car. I noticed when I built this the first time around, the engine was not running that smooth. There was a lot of binding happening, and even with going through and making sure things weren't too tight, it seemed like the car was still doing a lot of binding in the gearing, and the engine would kind of slip and not be a constant rotation. It would kind of rotate for a second, and then the gears would kind of catch back up and then rotate again. So hopefully all that kind of fixes that issue. So and you guys can see the rubber band point for here and kind of how that was mounted on versus how we're mounted now. There's a lot of changes in the gearbox so far. So yeah, there's just a really good shot of what Lego has you doing versus what the mods have you doing here. So, and I figured right now would be the best time to show this off, because this whole engine assembly, I just have a couple pieces slapped on there. I gotta pull that part off yet. Just had some pieces on there so I could hold it upright and spin it for you guys easily. Plus the little crank bit on there. But yeah, once I slide that on, that's going to hide a lot of that gearing. So I wanted to make sure and kind of show all that off before we go covering it up. Here you can see the underside of the motor. We can hold that and spin that. Really cool. Like, if you're a Technic fan and you like stuff that moves like me, moving parts, the gears, I mean, that's Technic. Like, I'm a huge Technic fan. I love it for all the intricate moving parts on some of these kits, and this is one of those really cool things. It's almost like an optical illusion just watching that stuff go around. I could just sit there and spin this all day. So, but yeah, really, I always loved the design on this. Not much changed for the design of the engine. I added these little keepers on the ends of here so that way these parts of the crank wouldn't wander in at all. Kind of reduce binding on the system. That's of my own device right there. That's nothing that the mod has me doing. Just a way to try to eliminate some of the potential binding if stuff gets loose over time. But the engine runs really nice and smooth. I can sit here with just my thumb and easily, with little to no effort, spin it over. Everything turns really nicely. And like I said, I took some time to time between these gears here at the ends of the cranks there. It took some time to kind of time those, just so the pistons would visually look better and nothing's too lopsided, or I don't have too many pistons hitting on one side and no pistons hitting on the other. I can't talk today guys, sorry. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Something I don't think I really paid that much attention to the first time I built it. So of course this go around we're gonna really go through everything with a fine-tooth comb, make sure it's better than before. So I am gonna have to reference these books and try to remember where some of the stickered parts go, because I do have some parts that I didn't tear all the way down, like the top of the motor detail, some of the other stuff, and then I have a couple other parts here and there with the stickers on it, so I do have to kind of reference these books every now and then, so that's why I have them out, and plus to show you guys the difference in what Lego has you doing versus what I'm actually building. So just a little update, guys. I'm not going to make this video any longer. So yeah, this will be part 1 of the Bugatti project, and keep looking forward to some more updates on this, and until next time, take care.